Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning. Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits. You know why? Because another day above the dirt is always a blessing, yo. It's always a blessing. Let's not forget that. Okay? Let's not forget that. Let's jump back and kiss ourselves 11 times today. Because we are on this earth breathing in this beautiful air. Okay? Let's not forget that. We are very lucky, very blessed to be here on the other side of the dirt. Dag nabbit. All right? But some people are not feeling so good today. Let me just say that really quick. Some people are having not the greatest day ever. And we got to talk. Excuse me. And we got to talk about that. For sure. So, before we get into everything, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. If you can, hit that reaction button if you're watching on those other platforms. If you are watching on those other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, crush that follow button over there, okay? Also, crush that subscribe button here. Don't forget to do that. That's essential. Go over to the secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. There's always something daily being uploaded over there as well. So make sure you're subscribed over there to the secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. All right? Of course, hit that notification bell so you know that whenever I go live, whenever I upload, you get that notification on both platforms. Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals. And check out PascalMerch.com. Okay? We got some really great stuff over there. Do yourself a favor. Consume it with your eyeballs. And then purchase something. Okay? There's something over there I'm sure you or someone you love is going to love on their bodies as well. Okay? All righty, guys. We have got to get into this. Now, this is some crazy stuff. You know, we hear about allegations and lawsuits all day long. And of course, it never gets old. The shock never gets old. But this one is extra shocking. The reason why is because of the things that are being said in a specific lawsuit where a sports host, columnist, TV personality is getting accused of, he's getting sued for some very unthinkable things, all right? He, of course, also is alleged of offering a woman $1.5 million to sleep with him. Yeah. $1.5 million, y'all. Yes, I know. Some of y'all are like, wait a second, this ain't about Diddy? What's going on? Yeah, this has to do with a completely different person. All right. And then, of course, at the same time, completely different person, but also what this person's alleging, this lawsuit is alleging of this Fox Sports host. They're also throwing, not only are they accusing this person of doing some really bad things, they're also throwing a whole bunch of other people under the bus. You got many other people, like you see in the title up above or down below, wherever you're watching this show right here. There are some serious allegations coming towards a gang of different people. And what's interesting is how the internet and how social media is taking the news, which is very interesting. Okay. Now, again, let me just reiterate something here really quick. Certain people are being mentioned in the lawsuit. It doesn't mean that they're involved in the lawsuit, okay, or that they're co-conspirators or co-defendants. They are just mentioned in the lawsuit. Now, one of them is for sure known to do, or is known about, allegedly known to know about this SA, okay, or SH, because it's kind of confusing. Some articles are saying SH, some are saying SA of various SA, okay? They're talking about assault or abuse. It's very much a little bit all over the place. It's a cornucopia of different words that they're saying here, all right? But nonetheless, these allegations are very real. They're very much in this lawsuit, and it's very, very bad, especially for someone who's been on TV talking about all kinds of stuff, household name in the sports realm and all that. Now, what I'm speaking on is this lawsuit. No. Shannon Sharpe did not catch a case. He's just named in this lawsuit. I just want to make that abundantly clear real quick. It's not only just him. There's a bunch of other names that are being dropped in here, and it's bad. It's bad. But who I'm really talking about is Skip Bayless. Now, Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe shared a show called Undisputed. Okay? Skip and Shannon or something like that. Undisputed. Okay? In fact, I got a little thing right here. I used it in the thumbnail. Skip and Shannon, Undisputed. Okay? Now, it's very important. There's a reason why, because I got three of the main names smashed into. That's smashed might not be the best word right now, but for lack of a better term, they're all in one shot together, one photo together. These three people are important. There's some other people's names that are being mentioned as well, which is also shocking as hell as well. Okay, but nonetheless, these names and these faces are being mentioned in this unbelievable lawsuit. And again, the man that we're really looking at is this man right here. His name is Skip Bayless. He is a sports columnist. He is a sports commentator. He is a TV host, etc. He is also the other half of the Undisputed show that Shannon Sharpe and this guy, Skip Bayless, shared together. Now, they had quite the relationship, to say the least. And some people have said that they really did not get along at all, especially when it comes to a lot of interactions that they had on camera, especially how Skip would talk to Shannon Sharpe live on the on camera, which was borderline. Some people would look at it as like, they're just having a conversation. Some other people would look at it and go, no, that's just straight racist. Okay. I leave that opinion up to you guys. All right. But all I know for right now, as far as what we're going into this conversation, is that these three, because I haven't mentioned her name yet, have all been mentioned in this lawsuit. And then some. There's some other people as well. So let's talk about the lovely lady in the middle. Her name is Joy Taylor. She is also a sports commentator. She's also a TV host, etc. She used to be on the radio for a while, and then she moved to LA and then found success working on Undisputed. Got into the game. Now, here's the thing. These allegations that are being said in this lawsuit also throw her incredibly under the bus, basically claiming that she slept her way to the top. And that by her letting other men get on top of her, she was able to get to the position in which that she is in right now. Now, here's the thing. I'm just basically giving you a breakdown of what's being said in this lawsuit. We are going to be looking at this lawsuit in a second. I'm not here to shame anyone or anything of that sort, but I do find it very compelling that people are more focused on Joy Taylor's sexcapades than they are about what Skip Bayless is being accused of. Just saying. It's really funny how everyone is clutching their pearls about the accusations being said in this lawsuit about Joy Taylor than they are about Skip Bayless's lawsuit. Just saying that out loud. It's just interesting how the world works. Now, I'm not trying to shame anybody. Nah. I do think it's kind of trash. I do think it's kind of sad. If this is true, I do think it's kind of sad that a talented individual that obviously aesthetically looks great would have to, if these allegations are true, would have to do something like that just so that they can get their chance at the brass ring, their shot at the brass ring. I think that's really sad. And of course, I am not a woman. I am not a woman. I'm definitely not a woman in the world of this, in the sports world or in the sports TV world, the sports entertainment world. I don't know what it's like. I can only imagine it being very tough to be looked at, not only just as a good-looking person, but as somebody who actually has talent. But then at the same time, if it has to resort to sleeping your way to the top, it's sad. It's sad. But then again, at the same time, let's not forget, this is a tale as old as time. It's a tale as old as time, y'all. We've heard this a million times before, have we not? Have we not? If it's not in the sports world, the sports commentary world, it's in the TV world, it's in the movie world, it's in the music business, and then some. Aren't we seeing that with Diddy? Allegedly, hey man, I'll make you a star. Don't you worry, I'll make you a star, right? And then what happens? He goes and he gets what he wants, and then not a damn thing happens later. It's very sad, guys. Very sad indeed. But at the same time, something that we see a lot. Should we be that surprised? What I think is interesting more than anything is what's going on with Skip Bayless. Yes, the messy stuff is interesting. Yes, the messiness that's being said in this lawsuit is definitely interesting. You're like, oh, snap. Especially with the people that are being alleged of being a part of this messiness. You're like, oh, snap. Oh, damn. I didn't know it was like that, though. Okay. Now, I get that. But at the same time, the allegations are towards this man right here, Skip Bayless, not Joy. There's another person that's being named in here as well. Emmanuel Acho. Hopefully I'm saying his last name correct. I mean, I follow him on Instagram too. I like some of his inspirational videos and stuff like that. But now we're starting to hear that he was doing dirty with Joy. It's kind of shocking. It's definitely shocking. It goes against his brand, for lack of a better term. Someone who's trying to be a male version of Oprah. Okay, he has that Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man series that he has on Apple and all of that. That's pretty shocking. Then on top of it, thank you, T, for saying that as well. The fact that he is a married man, it's not good. It's not good. It's no bueno, cabrón. No bueno. Especially when you're out here saying, we must respect and we must do whatever, blah, blah, blah. Marriage is everything. All those things, right? The righteous road. And then these allegations come out. Pretty damn insane. Now, these are all allegations. Again, this does not mean that whatever's being alleged about Joy Taylor or Emmanuel Acho or any involvement that Shannon Sharpe is in here does not mean it's in 110% true. They are still allegations. And of course, at the end of the day, and of course, the allegations towards Skip Bayless as well. All of these things will come to light in a court of law if this actually sees the inside of a courtroom. But nonetheless, very shocking stuff indeed. Yes, we are going to talk about the salaciousness. We are going to talk about all the crazy stuff, the wild pieces of information in here for sure. But at the same time, let's not lose sight on the allegations that are being set towards one individual. And it just happens to be these other people are getting hit in the wake of this whole thing as well. Now that you know a little bit about this, not only, let me just not forget, because this is important too, that there was a Fox Sports 1 VP that's also involved in this situation as well, being alleged of doing unthinkable things to this specific individual that filed this lawsuit. Also saying that, also alleging that Joy Taylor was having romantic relations, was having relations with this particular VP so that she could get a shot at this show Undisputed. Or at least the timeline be saying, oh, she was hanging out with this VP a lot. And next thing you know, she got a shot at Undisputed. And from what is understood, Skip Bayless did not want Joy Taylor on this show at all. And yet she still got the job, which is interesting nonetheless. All right. So this is the reason why I'm bringing this up, because obviously this is a lawsuit. Okay. First and foremost, this ain't based on rumors. This is all a lawsuit. Now, the lawsuit could be built on nothing but rumors. That's very true too. But it is a legal document. It is legal docs. So we got to talk about this. Okay. So let's take a look at this article here. Skip Bayless. All right. Fox, Skip Bayless, others sued on 14 counts, including SB. Now, first off, all right. First off, didn't Fox News, I know these are different like brackets of Fox, but didn't Fox have problems about what 10 some odd years ago? There was a whole movie called Bombshell based on this whole situation. Charlize Theron acted like Megyn Kelly and stuff. Yeah, what's her name? Margot Robbie in that movie and all that. And what's her face? Nicole Kidman was in that mug too. Wasn't there a whole Me Too movement within Fox News that pretty much destroyed a lot of people's careers? A lot. People that, of course, everyone was really into and all that. And then, of course, a lot of these pundits, commentators all just left, right? They all disappeared, not left, like, get it, left or right, Republican, Democrat. But what I'm trying to say is they all left, right? A lot of them had to leave. Megyn Kelly left. She had to leave her job. Now she's on YouTube. Now there's rumors that she's going to be starting her own show on basic cable, but we'll see about all that. That's just a rumor that's being said out here in these streets. But nonetheless, very shocking information that happened at that time. Now we're seeing something again. Fox again associated with something even worse. Something is bad. I'm sorry. Not as worse, but still just as bad. Now we got this going on. 14 counts. Fox, Skip Bayless, others being sued. This is insane, guys. So let's take a look at this. Because again, this is not good, and this could be the start of something terrible. Fox got a lot of explaining to do, guys. So let's take a look at this here. So a former Fox Sports hairstylist alleges in a lawsuit that a network executive used his position to harass women, as well as that Skip Bayless touched her inappropriately and propositioned her for the sex. So I'm probably going to destroy her name with all due respect. Nosheen, I think it's Nosheen Faraji, who says she worked at Fox News or Fox Sports, I'm sorry, from 2012. One host, Joy Taylor, are listed as defendants in this lawsuit. In the suit, fired her rear. The Fox host allegedly told her to, quote unquote, get over it, according to the suit. The lawsuit seeks class action status on behalf of Faraji and other non-exempt Fox employees working in California over the past 4 years. Faraji seeks unspecified monetary damages and a jury trial. Now, first off, let me say this. This is something that we've heard a lot before. Back in the day with the Fox and with Fox News and with other businesses, other situations, other accounts. Let's just be real. Let us just be real. They have said in the past that every single time they've gone to a woman that is, to a fellow colleague that happens to be female, displaying or explaining to them, to that person, what they went through, a lot of them would sit there and say exactly what Joy Taylor has said before, or she's alleged of saying, which is, get over it. You'll be fine. This is a job, girl. Do you want to lose this job? Just let it wash. Let it wash over. Like, let it, move on. Cross that bridge. Take a moment and then cross that bridge. Now, I'm not sitting here saying I condone that. All I'm saying is this is what she's being alleged of saying. And we've heard people say stuff like this before. Many lawsuits like this. Many. Hey, this is what happened to me. Well, get over it. You right here, you in a position right next to power, you right next to success. You really want to lose this job over this? You're going to lose your job. Just get over it. You'll be fine. That's not a mentality that's good. That's never a good mentality. And it's crazy. Even after that Me Too movement, we still have this going on, allegedly. It's pretty wild, especially with Fox, y'all. Especially with Fox, there should be zero tolerance at this point, right? So, after starting work on the Disputed morning show starring Bayless, the suit alleges he began giving Faraji lingering hugs and kisses on the cheek while putting his body against hers and pressing against her top. The single mother alleges she repeatedly told Bayless she was not interested in him and did not, quote unquote, date at work. She also claims she told Bayless she was suffering from ovarian cancer after developing issues with her left ovary in an effort to halt his advances. But apparently he didn't give a damn about that, though. Instead, Bayless became more aggressive over the years, according to the lawsuit. He allegedly offered Faraji $1.5 million to have the hibbity-dibbity with him. Woo! Like, think about this. Hey, I will do anything to get that booty. Let me just give you like 1.5 million racks. And so I can just get all up in them guts. Can you believe that? That's insane. That's insane. You'd think that he wouldn't need like $1.5 million to just spend the night? Real talk. Doing that sideways samba, $1.5 million. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Really? Really though? Really? Okay. All right. $1.5 million. Shoot, man. The desperation is real. Okay. And claimed he could, quote unquote, change her life. I could make you a celebrity overnight. That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't believe if any of this is real. Oh my God. Like $1.5 million just for like a quick, like a quickie? Or is this like a whole weekend? Is this a whole week of banging? What is the breakdown here? Because wow, $1.5 million. Have mercy. Anyway, the suit also claims Bayless accused Faraji of sleeping with Shannon Sharpe, his co-star on Undisputed. So he's like, you banged Shay. That's insane. As the suit alleges, approximately 1 week later, Mr. Bayless made another advance at Miss Faraji. Faraji responded, skip, stop. You have a wife. Bayless responded, aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have 3 or 4 wives? Miss Faraji responded that her dad was gone, that he passed away. And when Mr. Bayless looked taken aback, she made an excuse to leave. Yeah, he's gone. Thank you so much for asking that. And he's like, she goes, I gotta go. So that's crazy. He said, aren't you Muslim? Aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have like 15 wives? Respectfully, my dad's dead. I gotta go. That's what happened. During her time at Fox, Faraji alleges, and that's, by the way, all jokes aside, that's very jacked up. Borderline racist, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Not so great. You don't say that to people. You just don't. As contemporary issues with coworkers, which in the jurors' eyes could boost the credibility of these claims. Ms. Faraji brings forth the action because for over a decade at Fox, she was forced to endure a misogynistic, racist, and ableist workplace where executives and talent were allowed to physically and verbally A workers with impunity. When Ms. Faraji and others came forward to report the wrongdoing, instead of addressing their concerns, Fox retaliated against them while the perpetrators and those who protected them were inexplicably promoted. Interesting. This case thus represents yet another in a long line of cases chronicling the toxic culture at Fox, marked by bad faith promises and repeated failures to address a poisonous and entrenched patriarchy. This is not good. Like I said, remember before, years before, a lot of people stepped forward and said, yeah, right, this person did this person did that. The head of Fox did X, Y, and Z. It was all bad, right? All bad. This is not good. At the end of the day, this is bad news bears for Skip, for any higher ups in Fox Sports. This is not good, guys. So Fox Sports released a following statement saying, we take the allegations seriously and have no further comment at this time, given this pending litigation. Her lawyers did not immediately respond to this article here. The lawsuit follows a year of major talent challenges at FS1, Fox National Sports Cable Network. In August, Bayless left after 8 years as the star of the Undisputed morning show. His former on-air partner, Shannon Sharpe, reached a buyout settlement in 2023 after publicly clashing with Bayless on the air. Now, if you are a fan of sports or watch any sports commentary, you know the moments where they clashed. And shoot, even if you don't follow sports, you just follow the pop culture and the zeitgeist of this country, you definitely seen these moments where people were putting in their 2 cents about how they were clashing on air. And they were clashing pretty bad. Very, very bad. All right. After the cancellation of Undisputed, Dixon, the VP, and FS1 management revamped the network's weekday studio lineup this year, launching the all-new Breakfast Ball and the faculty or facility, while keeping Colin Cowherd's The Herd and First Things First in their time slots. The suit clears Cowherd of any wrongdoing, saying throughout her entire tenure at Fox, this particular guy, Mr. Cowherd, was professional and respectful to Faraji and her coworkers. So good on him. Yay. At least there's one good apple in this whole situation, allegedly. While not named as defendants, the suit notes that Mr. Mark Silverman, president and chief operating officer of Fox Sports, and Eric Shanks, the chief executive officer and executive producer of Fox Sports, could be added to the legal action based on discovery, which is not good as well. That's also bad news. In 2007, makeup artist Rita Ragone, hopefully I'm saying that right, or Ragoni, sued ESPN alleging she was SH'd by host Jay Crawford and panelist Woody Page on the former Cold Pizza morning show. Okay, so of course, there's been a lot of other people stepping forward in 2017. There was a wardrobe stylist that worked for the NFL Network for a decade, and now she's claiming in a lawsuit against the NFL-owned outlet that Warren Sapp, Donovan McNabb, Eric Davis, and others SH'd her as well. The former players listed in the lawsuit were fired from their positions at the NFL Network before a settlement was reached with this particular plaintiff, Cantor. Okay? Now, again, this is bad. But again, you got to remember, you're talking about this is a very male-driven type of business, a male-driven type. It's sports. We're talking about sports, right? Now, I'm not sitting here condoning any of it. Let me just say that really quick. I'm not. But I can see how there could be a toxic environment just that's been cultivated in that particular realm. It's a boys' club at the end of the day. Then you have a couple talented women, okay? You have a couple other talented people, females, that get brought into this boys' club. And I'm not sitting here saying that this boys' club needs to be like this. It shouldn't. You just heard that there were a couple other people, a couple other hosts of other shows that are just respectful, that are just absolutely respectful, and they stay in their lane. Also understanding that you don't ish where you eat. Let's keep it real. Like what she said to Skip Bayless, I don't date at work. I just don't do that. And that's something that, let's be real, should be implemented everywhere we go. Don't ish where you eat. Don't date at work. And all these problems would not exist if you just keep it respectful. This is a coworker. She works with me. I work with her. We keep our respective distances. We're respectful. We keep it moving. We do the show and we go back. We go on our respected ways, independent ways. We come back. We do the show. We leave. That's it. But because there's this boys club, and it's like, hey, these are all people who are making crazy amounts of money. They have a crazy amount of power. They think they can do whatever the hell they want. Then other people come in and they see this happen over and over and over again. Like I said, it's this cyclical thing that happens over and over and over again, and it never changes. And that's the sad part. Because the old guys leave, as the old guys are leaving, they're still leaving that energy, that vibe, that language in the room while these new guys are walking in. And they're going, oh, that's okay. I bet I could do that too. I'll do that. Shoot. You tell me I can hit on these girls, flirt, and do all this crazy stuff. Ain't nobody going to say, okay. And I'm such and such. I'm such and such. I'm a big name. I could do whatever I want. Do you know how much money I make? I drive a nice car. And I know sports. There's some people like that. There really are. That really believe that their ish don't stink. And they're willing to bend any rule that they can because they believe they're untouchable. At some point, there's got to be some reality dropped on their heads like an anvil. Real talk. And is it right now? I don't know. But again, I'm sure it's not just Skip. I'm sure it's not just Skip and the VP and all that. I'm sure there's others. And you also got to remember, there are going to be, and here it is though, remember this too. There are going to be women, sorry for saying this, but there are going to be women out here that are going to allow that kind of behavior to happen. Why? Because they're scared of losing their job. Or they believe that that's the only way that they can get ahead. The only way that they can get success and get out there and get the money and get their name out there to be a household name and be respected in the game is by allowing this type of behavior to continue moving on. At some point, that's got to change. At some point, somebody's got to put their foot down. Again, if these allegations are real, at some point, they have to step up and say, hey, this is not cool. We do not stand for this. But unfortunately, every person that's working at that job, who's hoping to get that shot, that one moment to just report one little 30-second clip just on TV, just to get that chance, they're willing to do whatever it takes by staying quiet. And sometimes it is just staying quiet. And that is a scary part, a scary piece of reality as well. But nonetheless, this is some crazy stuff. And the allegations are pretty crazy. Mind-blowing. But then at the same time, is it really that surprising? I don't know. We hear about these things so much nowadays. That I don't know. Sometimes there is a vibe that's out there that just stays and never leaves. They'll sit there and go, oh yeah, we cleaned up shop. We don't mess around with that. We take zero tolerance on SH or SA or any type of thing like that. And guess what? It doesn't change. They keep doing the same doggone thing. All right. Now, let me get to this here. This is some crazy stuff, y'all. So hold on to your butts because this is some nutty stuff. But before we get into that, first off, Nicole B, thank you so much for being a member. I appreciate it. Can we do a T and Pascal show soon? Yes, we can definitely get that going here very, very soon. Nikki, thank you so much for being a member for the past 6 months. I appreciate it. Nikki, again, thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. He's a misogynistic, narcissistic sociopath. He doesn't care who he hurts. He's got a God complex, so he doesn't think he's going to be caught by anybody. I hope he's caught. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's happening. If this is true, again, these are just allegations. If these are true, then let's be real. We will see. You know what I mean? We will see. Because, again, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another allegation or another lawsuit that comes out from somebody else as well on Skip and on this alleged VP and then on anyone else as well. All of these people, anything's possible. So this could be very, very bad. This could be very, very bad. Long story short, guys, this could be bad. This could be another Fox News situation or another situation like Fox News where it's just like Diddy, where every week there's brand new allegations and brand new lawsuits that just keep dropping out of the sky. Just give it time, because I'm sure if this is true, Miss Faraji is not the only person that has gone through this kind of stuff. Let's keep it real, okay? Let's keep it real. But let's get into some of this lawsuit here, okay? So for factual background, all right? Faraji is hired to work at Fox. So in 2003, Miss Faraji began to work at Jose Eber Hair Salon, a sophisticated salon providing cutting-edge styling and coloring techniques and treatments to high-profile clients. Around 2010, she was introduced by a coworker at the salon to Gail Berman, the former president of entertainment at Fox Broadcasting Company, okay? And Dana Walden, the former CEO of Fox Television Group. Shortly thereafter, she began accompanying the coworker to do Miss Walden and Miss Berman's hair at their homes and the premises of Fox. Over time, her coworker became busy with other clients and sent Faraji on her own to do their hair at the homes and on the premises of Fox. In approximately 2012, a makeup artist who would do Miss Walden and or Miss Berman's makeup when Faraji worked on their hair recommended Miss Faraji for a position at Fox. Fox then hired Faraji as a part-time employee. When hired, Miss Faraji was asked to bring her own tools for her work. She would later discover that all of her coworkers received a kit fee for bringing their own tools. Interesting. What? Okay. However, she herself would not receive a kit fee until 2019, approximately 7 years after she started working at Fox. In addition, while Faraji was a hairstylist, in quotations, i.e. styling hair, her supervisor, Miss Peretti, also required that she do the job duties of a quote-unquote barber, so cutting people's hair. When Faraji complained to her union, they told her that while cutting her hair is not in her contract, Miss Peretti was known to be difficult, and it was best to just comply with her requests. Accordingly, throughout her tenure, Miss Faraji both styled and cut hair. Okay, so they got some sort of kit fee, so she should have gotten paid a little bit more for using her own supply, using her own stuff. And then she didn't get that for 7 whole years. Then they started adding that to her payroll, or a part of her payroll. But then on top of that, she didn't cut hair. She didn't want to cut hair. But next thing you know, she's forced to cut hair. All because her boss or one of her clients just happens to be a tough one, which is interesting. Okay. So in 2016, Fox hired her as a full-time hairstylist. So 4 years later, at least 4 years later, she finally got a full-time gig over at Fox. Okay. Mr. Dixon, the VP, remember, VP gives Miss Taylor, Joy Taylor, Undisputed as a reward for having the hibbity-dibbity with him. In approximately March 2016, Miss Faraji met Joy Taylor, an aspiring sports personality that had recently moved from Miami to Los Angeles for the opportunity of airtime at Fox. At the time, Joy Taylor did not have a regular position, but would fill in on a day-by-day basis when talent was sick or otherwise missed time. Joy Taylor told Faraji that she was recently wed. Yeah, she had a husband at that time too. Ooh, googity goo. She was wed, but her husband remained in Miami, and that she was feeling lonely in Los Angeles. Oh, I'm sure she handled that problem. She got that problem remedied really fast, didn't she? Allegedly. Joy then befriended Miss Faraji. In approximately May, so a couple months later of the same year, Joy Taylor asked Miss Faraji to meet for a drink in Santa Monica. When Miss Faraji arrived, she found Miss Taylor and an older man. This was the vice president of content at Fox Sports, Mr. Dixon. As executive vice president, Mr. Dixon is responsible for overseeing all content and production on FS1. Miss Faraji, however, did not know Mr. Dixon. When Mr. Dixon went to buy them another round of spicy margaritas, Miss Faraji asked who he was. Joy Taylor responded that he was just a friend. She said, he's just a friend. Oh, baby. Following that night, whenever Miss Faraji would meet with Miss Taylor, Joy, for drinks or food, Mr. Dixon would arrive with Joy or show up later in the night and leave with Joy. Joy and pain. Okay, interesting. He would also buy rounds of drinks and or food. From their body language, Faraji suspected that the pair were doing the hibbity-dibbity. And although this concerned Miss Faraji, as she knew Joy was recently married, Miss Faraji kept her opinions to herself. I mean, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? We just became friends, but how dare you sleep with this man? I mean, what do you do? Joy, grown woman, she going to do what she do. She wants to sin like that, then she going to sin, right? She knows better. She a grown-ass woman, all right? You better honor that sanctity of marriage, but she did not, did she? Allegedly. Approximately June, so a month later, while at work, so a whole month later, while at work, Miss Faraji noticed Mr. Dixon in the elevator. Surprised by the coincidence, Miss Faraji found Joy and told her excitedly, the guy who buys us drinks or buys our drinks was in the elevator. Joy quickly silenced Faraji, explaining who he was. Now that's interesting. She's like, "Oh, here's this guy. He's my friend. His name is Mr. Dixon, right? He's buying them drinks and food and having a grand old time. They're leaving together. She has no idea who this guy is. This is kind of what I'm getting. She never explained to her friend. She never explained to Faraji, oh, he works for Fox as well. No, she doesn't do that. She just says, this is my friend, Mr. Dixon. And Mr. Dixon later on sees they run into each other in the elevator. And she's like, oh my gosh, he's here. What's he doing here? Right? The guy who buys us drinks is in the elevator. Oh my gosh. And she's like, no. Shush. No. He works here, girl. Shush. He works here. Don't stop. Just shush your face. Shut your face. He works here. Okay? He works here. And I'm sure she was surprised by this, okay? Miss Faraji became alarmed, and warned Joy that such a relationship was unsafe. Duh, right? Miss Taylor told her not to worry about it. So, Faraji continued to be friends with Joy, but tried to distance herself as she considered the situation dangerous as well as morally wrong, as Joy Taylor and Mr. Dixon were both married at the same damn time. Okay, following month. Woo! I hope she got these receipts because this is insane. July 2016. A whole other month later, word spread amongst Fox employees about a new show that was going to be a quote unquote big deal. So big deal, as it would star Mr. Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. It was known that Fox was looking for a woman with a significant, this is important, with significant TV experience, not with significant TV experience to also star. Therefore, that's important, guys. Significant TV experience to star. Just remember that. Therefore, it came as a surprise when Fox announced that Joy Taylor, who was a bartender and a radio host in Miami with very little TV experience, would be the moderator of the new TV show, a sports debate program called Skip and Shannon Undisputed. Mr. Bayless later disclosed to Faraji that he did not want Joy Taylor on this show, but Mr. Dixon was adamant that Joy should star. At first, Mr. Dixon arranged a dinner between Bayless and Joy, where she arrived in provocative clothing and acted in a provocative manner. Wow. I can see why people are going in on the internet, but still, the allegations are about Skip. But there's a lot about Taylor here. Hamburger. If this is true, she done provocative her way to the top. That wasn't funny. We're going to continue though. She provocative her way to the top. Okay. It still doesn't. It still didn't work. Let's move on. Okay. Allegedly. Allegedly. Oh, you can't write this stuff. This is crazy. You know what? Can I just say this really quick? Let's take a little bit of a break. Just for a second. Never underestimate the power of the boohootie. I'm just saying, oh my dear God. If this is true, you mean to tell me that you just got to take your clothes off and just, you know what I mean? Sideways samba, and next thing you know, you got a job. Like, come on, man. Come on. That's like, depending on his stamina, that's 5 to 30 minutes of pleasure. And that's it. That's it. You mean to tell me, depending. I mean, if he's into that Kama Sutra thing, then you're in for a long-ass night. Okay? But still, though, you mean to tell me that this guy goes, and it's over, and he's like, you got a job. Explain that to me. Seriously, I'm being dead ass. And even there's some mans out here too. Okay, there's some mans out here too that just throw that too. But still, you mean to, and it's over. Job, you got it. Woo! You got that job, girl. Oh my God! Thank you. You get that job. Like, come on. Explain that to me. How is that normal? I'm being serious. How is that normal? How is that suddenly like, a little quid quo pro? You do and then you get the job. Explain that to me. And then she's got the job for life. You see what I'm saying? She's got the job and then she continues on. It's not like she has to go back for other appointments to continue on with, doing the hibbity dibbity, doing this act. It's just, and that's it. And then that's it. Oh my God. Why? Are men that simple? Yeah, why am I even asking that? Yeah, we're that simple, I guess. Oh my God. Seriously. Okay. Are we really that simple? Are we really that simple? You get a job. Okay. Let's continue. It's crazy. And to think that it's like, yeah, I look good, so I deserve the job. What? Okay. I'm sorry. You get a job. Like, and that's normal? Okay. Man, we need to be better, fellas. Damn, fellas. Okay, let's move on. Let's get back into this. All right. So moving back in there, so they arranged a dinner just to go back. Sorry. Yeah, I did the Oprah thing. My bad. Sorry. I apologize. Moving back. At first, let me say this again. At first, Mr. Dixon arranged dinner between Skip Bayless, and Joy Taylor, where she arrived in provocative clothing and acted in a provocative manner. When that did not change his opinion of Joy, Mr. Dixon asked him to approve of her as a favor to him. Come on, bro. Come on, homie. Just be cool with it, okay? She's going to be fantastic. Wait for it. She's going to be fantastic, okay? Guys are going to be eating out of her hand. Watch. Just give her a shot. Reluctantly, Skip Bayless agreed to do so as a favor to his friend. Around August, the following month, of 2016. Faraji attended a dinner with Joy and her husband and Mr. Dixon and his wife. During the dinner, Joy's husband became suspicious that Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon were having the hibbity-dibbity, that they had bumped uglies in the past. Soon after the dinner, Joy's husband found evidence of the inappropriate relationship and then divorced Joy Taylor. What I'd like to know is, what did he find? What was the evidence that he found that was quote unquote inappropriate? That was, for sure, they were doing the hibbity dibbity. They were bumping uglies. They were doing that sideways samba. They were doing the O face together. What is it that for sure made it confirmed for the husband? Boom, they're having an inappropriate relationship. I want to get you to sign them papers. That's what I'd like to know as well. So, following month, September, Undisputed started. Joy Taylor requested Faraji to do her hair. How funny. In approximately November 2016, after not allowing anyone to touch his hair, this is when Mr. Bayless, Skip Bayless, said he wants Faraji to do his hair as well. Mr. Dixon puts his hands on Faraji after putting her on Undisputed. Now, January 2017, Joy had a birthday party at Pearl's rooftop in West Hollywood. Miss Faraji and other Fox employees were invited. Attended as it was part of their job duties to appease talent. And a birthday party is an important event. Interesting. You're obligated to show up because you need to make sure the talent likes you, and you got to keep the talent happy. So you're obligated to show up. Interesting. As usual, Mr. Dixon was heavily drinking, buying drinks for everyone on a Fox credit card, and blustering that everything purchased was on Fox's dime. I've seen that thing before too. Not from him specifically, but from people who would be like, it's on the business credit card, so get whatever you want. It's all on the credit card, y'all. It's on the business card. I've seen that millions of times in the past too. So as Miss Faraji was standing near the bar facing the crowd, Mr. Dixon approached her. He asked the bartender for a drink and then placed his arm around or on her lower back. On Faraji's lower back. He asked how she was doing, if she was having fun, and if she wanted a tequila shot. She felt very uncomfortable by his unsolicited touching and responded, "No, thank you." Mr. Dixon then moved his hand lower and started rubbing her body and grabbing her rear end. Her buttocks. Faraji was mortified, but quickly thought to fake an incoming phone call to escape the situation. Faraji did not know who to turn to, but as she knew Joy was sleeping with Mr. Dixon, she turned to her. Surprisingly, Taylor responded to "get over it" and explained that she herself only had a job because of Mr. Dixon, and that Faraji only had her job because Miss Taylor or Joy requested her. She warned that Dixon could take both away. Wow. Again, so she's sitting there going like, you better not say nothing. He got me this job. Because I'm in this job, you got this job. So if you say anything and you destroy Dixon, he's going to take everything that we've been working for away. So shut your damn mouth. Don't say nothing and get over it, girl. Go home, shake it off, come back to work on Monday, and we're going to be like business as usual. All right? But we are not losing this job. He got me on, I got you on. If I lose this job, you lose this job. Crazy, guys. Moving on. Miss Faraji was terrified and then turned to her coworker, Anonymous to discuss the situation. Anonymous responded to Mr. Dixon, responded that Mr. Dixon was disgusting, that the entire situation was sick, but that it wasn't shocking given Fox's culture, and that Miss Faraji should remain quiet if she wanted to keep her job. Another person said that too, which is insane. As a single mother who needed the job to support her son, Miss Faraji had no choice but to remain silent. She was silent for a long time, guys. 7 years, a whole 7 years later, 2023, Miss Peretti, the supervisor, told Faraji that she did not like her or anything about. Miss Peretti told Faraji that she did not like her or anything about Undisputed. Miss Peretti expanded that she had already scheduled someone for hair on Undisputed when Mr. Dixon called her and told her that she must put Miss Faraji on Undisputed full time. Miss Peretti, her supervisor, told Faraji, quote unquote, "I didn't like that. That's not how things should be done." Miss Faraji was stunned and devastated as she prides herself on her work and earning her accolades. Later that day, while thinking about her career, she was angry that Peretti succumbed to Mr. Dixon's request, as it gave Mr. Dixon the feeling that he could put his hands on her for giving her a job. Mr. Dixon gets rid of a female talent member for refusing to do that thing with him. Several years into Faraji's tenure at Fox, a female talent member, Anonymous, hired Faraji to do her hair at her house for an awards show. Anonymous asked Miss Faraji to meet her for lunch first. There, Anonymous told Faraji that she would no longer be with Fox, as Mr. Dixon told her that she would need to have relations with him if he wanted to renew her contract, but she had refused. Anonymous further conveyed that Mr. Dixon was doing this to other women talent. She should warn Joy Taylor to be careful, and that 3, a talk show host, had recently reported Mr. Dixon. I wonder who that could be. Really, I don't know who it is. I wonder who that could be. And there's a lot of other talk show hosts out there for sure on Fox Sports. So following the lunch, Faraji called Miss Taylor to convey that Anonymous had what Anonymous had stated. Wow, why is she telling her everything? All right. Joy responded that no one gives an F about Anonymous or the talk show host who reported Mr. Dixon. Miss Faraji later observed that Joy's remark appeared accurate, as no actions were taken to address the concerns raised. If it was not already apparent, it became even more clear that Fox enabled high-ranking individuals to abuse their authority, exerting undue control over female talent and employees. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Fear permeated the workplace as stories of mistreatment circulated. As one example, Mr. Dixon deliberately assigned a female talent member who had been harassed and reported it to a show set up to fail. Okay. When the show inevitably failed due to his sabotage, he used its failure as justification to terminate her employment. In another instance, a coworker who frequently cried in the hallway due to the relentless SH was fired just 1 week after reporting it. These repeated incidents reinforced an atmosphere where speaking up seemed futile and dangerous. Wow. Mr. Bayless begins to give Faraji lingering hugs and kisses on the cheek while putting his body against hers and pressing against her top. After the reporting by the talk show host fell on deaf ears, Mr. Bayless began requesting that Faraji give him a haircut once a week in his makeup room. Faraji did as she was told, as Miss Peretti required Faraji to give haircuts to talent. Initially, during the haircuts, Mr. Bayless would discuss his life, his work at Fox, and other innocuous matters. However, soon after the weekly haircut started, Bayless began finding excuses to touch Faraji. He would give her lingering hugs after each haircut, putting his body against hers, pressing against her top. He then began to kiss her on the cheeks. Cheeks, guys. Faraji was uncomfortable by the physical contact and would make excuses to leave right after the haircuts. I need to pick up my son from school, stuff like that. Approximately summer of 2017, while Faraji was giving Mr. Bayless a haircut, he told her that she was voluptuous, as English is her second language. She was not familiar with that word. Faraji asked what that meant. He said he seemed amused and told her to, quote unquote, figure it out. Faraji later asked a coworker what that word meant and was mortified. Mr. Bayless then started being more aggressive and direct in his advances. Faraji continuously declined, stating that she did not date at work, as she is a single mom and needed her job. Faraji was terrified and then turned to her coworker to discuss the situation. The two decided that because Mr. Bayless was a powerful man and Fox protected powerful men, like the actions that Mr. Dixon did in the past, it would only be to her detriment to report the issue. The two decided that Ms. Faraji needed to be kind towards Mr. Bayless or risk her job. As a single mother who relied on her job to support her son, Faraji felt that she had no choice. Faraji has her hours cut after going on medical leave. Approximately November 2017, Faraji hurt her back at work, couldn't move for nearly 40 days, and received workers' compensation. 2017, in December, when she returned from her leave, she was not provided her full-time schedule and learned from a coworker that Ms. Peretti had promised her shifts to someone else. Faraji called her union for help. Her union informed her that Ms. Peretti's actions would be legal under the law. Faraji then called HR, who confirmed that she was entitled to her pre-leave schedule. January 2018, Peretti called Faraji into her office. Ms. Faraji arrived. An individual from HR was present, and Ms. Peretti was falsely explaining that Faraji did not want her full-time schedule. Faraji became upset, explained that she did want her full-time schedule, and further explained that Ms. Peretti had been treating her poorly for years. Ms. Faraji then had multiple meetings with HR where she explained that Ms. Peretti yelled at her, made fun of her, and bullied her. Peretti told Faraji that she did not like her and could fire her at any time. That was just one of the examples. From Faraji's perspective, there was no resolution after these conversations, as she was never informed of any sort of conclusion or action taken on Fox's part. Okay, so Faraji remains on Undisputed and is asked to also join the herd. All right, so approximately 2018, Joy Taylor, it was moved from Undisputed to the herd. Interesting. Joy again requested Faraji to do her hair. Colin, the host of this show, also requested Faraji to do his hair. Thus, every day, Miss Faraji would do Mr. Bayless's hair for Undisputed, and then do Joy's hair and Colin Coward's hair for The Herd. Throughout her entire tenure at Fox, Mr. Coward was professional and respectful to Faraji and her coworkers, which is great. Fantastic. Around this time, after learning of Joy's and Mr. Dixon's relationship, Joy's then fiance broke off the engagement and threatened to go public with all that he knew. Whoa! On information and belief, Mr. Dixon paid for the wedding deposits in an informal exchange for her fiance's silence. Wow. I'm about to expose all of this, but I'm not, you know what I mean? And then Dixon's like, listen, I know that you guys were about to get married. I'm going to pay for all those things. I'll pay you back for all the loss that you got. Just don't expose this. And I guess he didn't say a damn thing, which is interesting. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Okay. So Joy Taylor again uses her provocativeness, okay, to get on a show. Approximately February 2020, Joy Taylor asks Miss Faraji to meet her for lunch in Beverly Hills. When Faraji arrives, she found Miss Taylor with a man. Oh boy, Emmanuel Acho. Hold on, I need to get a drink. Oh man, a lot of talking. Okay. This is interesting because he is also a married man. But let's get into this. Mr. Acho. Faraji did not know Mr. Acho, but could tell that the two were romantically involved. Oh boy. A few months after meeting Mr. Acho at lunch, Faraji noticed him in the hallway while at work. Faraji later asked Joy if Mr. Acho also worked at Fox. Ms. Taylor confirmed and explained that she wanted Mr. Acho to eventually recommend her on the show Speak for Yourself. Faraji became alarmed and warned Ms. Taylor, Joy, that she could probably not sleep with Mr. Dixon or Mr. Acho at the same time, as Mr. Dixon is a very powerful man that may become very angry. Miss Taylor told her not to worry about it. Ooh. She explained that she was also now powerful, and once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself on her. What? I'm going to repeat that again. She said not to worry about that. She explained that she was also now powerful, and once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself onto her. She would not allow herself to be forced out by Mr. Dixon like other women talent. I'm sorry, I got to hit that again. Wow. That is some diabolical-ish. Like diabolical. She's like, nah, I'm going to say he did he came to me. He put his hands on me. Wow. If this is true, oh my damn. Moving on. So September 2022, she started working on Speak, the show. Miss Taylor requested Miss Faraji to do her hair again. She said, allegedly, she said, I'm powerful. Now I got the brass ring. Now I got the power. And if they try to be funny with me, I will say that he did this to me, that he approached me unwanted. Bang. Yeah, Storm. This is a lot. This is a whole lot. This is a lot, yo. Shoot. Let's continue on, though. Getting thicker than a snicker, okay? But let's continue on. Faraji is targeted because of her ethnicity. Let's see. In approximately 2020, Jane Doe, Miss M, an employee at Fox, began demonstrating erratic behavior. One night at an informal dinner at Mastro's Steakhouse, she grew irrationally enraged with Faraji and screamed, "F you, you Parisian B word." Wow. The dinner ended after Miss M, this Jane Doe, broke a glass and threatened to do something to herself. Following the dinner, Faraji's coworker, Anonymous, who is Black, reported the incident to Human Resources, explaining that she would not be okay with someone calling her a Black bee. Anonymous also had Faraji report the incident to Miss Peretti. Despite these reports supposedly being anonymous, Miss M learned of the reports and became increasingly unstable towards Faraji. Every single morning, Miss M would scream and throw things at Faraji. What the hell? What? Approximately 6 months later, this is terrible. If any of this is true, this is terrible. What an experience. Approximately 6 months later, Miss Faraji told HR that she believed her life was in danger. HR responded to Faraji, said that Faraji should just leave the workplace when Miss M was having an episode. Fire the woman. Approximately a year and a half later, Miss M was finally fired. Miss M's ex-boyfriend, a producer at Fox, how convenient, shared that HR gave Miss M a large amount of money in severance. Miss Faraji wondered why Fox rewarded her bully with money. I'd like to know too. HR eventually apologized to Faraji, explaining they did not have experience with mental health issues. Then why do you have HR in the first place if you don't even know what to do with mental health issues? That's why Human Resources is there in the first place, to make sure that that's all being done properly and that you get someone who has mental health issues the proper help. So what are you talking about? Who hired you, HR? What? That's just dumb. Human Resources offered Faraji free therapy. Faraji declined the free therapy, but began to see an independent therapist once a week to discuss her life at Fox. Faraji continues to see that same therapist to this day. Faraji believes she has cancer and conveys this to Bayless in an attempt to stop his advances, only to have him offer her $1.5 million for that hibbity-dibbity. Over the years, Mr. Bayless, Skip Bayless, continued to make advances on Miss Faraji, lingering kisses or lingering hugs, kisses on the cheek, and inappropriate comments that he could, quote unquote, change her life if she acquiesced into having that sideways samba. Miss Faraji would always make excuses regarding her son, politely change the subject, or make a joke, anything to keep Skip appeased and for her to do her job safely. July 2021, Miss Faraji developed issues with her left ovary and was advised it could be cancer. With a fourth biopsy scheduled, she explained her situation to Skip, hoping that he would take pity on her and cease his advances. Instead, Skip told her that he wanted to be with her. Yeah, forget all that. Forget all the cancer. You know what I mean? But I still want to be I just still want to be on you. I don't care. I just want to be on you. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Faraji panicked and began rambling that there were cameras everywhere, that she has a child, and that she does not want him. That's important stuff right there. Skip then grabbed her hands, began kissing them, and offered her $1.5 million to have the relations with him. Faraji made an excuse to leave. She's been using. She must have like a bunch of index cards with excuses on to get her out, right? Like crazy. She's probably like, okay, today he doesn't care, so I gotta go. That's it. Wow, that's crazy. So approximately 1 week later, Skip made another advance at Faraji. Faraji responded, Skip, stop. You have a wife. Skip responded, aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have 3 or 4 wives? Miss Faraji responded that her dad was dead. And when Mr. Bayless looked taken aback, she made an excuse to leave. I've got to go. And she left. Faraji's job is threatened because she does not sleep with Mr. Bayless. April 12th, 2022. Skip text Faraji, I'm good today. The text meant that he would not be coming in for hair or makeup. The next day on the 13th, Mr. Bayless, Skip, text Faraji, not comfortable coming down there. Just do what you need to do. It's okay. Faraji asked him what was wrong. He replied, same stuff, worse. Faraji, concerned about her own job, walked to Skip's fitting room to see if everything was okay. Skip answered the door, and before Faraji could speak, he began to angrily accuse Faraji of effing Mr. Sharpe. Faraji tried to explain that she did not have any feelings towards Sharpe and had never slept with him or any other talent member or employee at Fox. But before she could speak, Skip demanded that she come to his car after the show. What the hell? Faraji responded that she could not come sit in his car as it was inappropriate. Skip grew irate and then left. Wow. You did the hibbity dibbity with Shay Shay? You're going in my car. You're gonna meet me in my car. That's insane. That's insane. How does that? Okay. The very next day, the 14th, Skip text Faraji, if you're distracted tomorrow, I'll wait till Monday. But I can't keep doing this. Faraji told him that she was very confused. Skip responded, trust me, I'm far more confused. Faraji then explained over text that she was not sleeping with Mr. Sharpe, Shay Shay. Mr. Bayless, Skip, did not respond. April 15th, the very next day, he texted Faraji, do you still want to do the haircut or just move on? What? Faraji responded that she doesn't want to move on from her job and that she will continue doing his hair. On the 16th, Mr. Bayless called Faraji. Faraji did not answer the call because she was scared. I don't blame her. I'd be scared too. I don't know what the hell's going on. What are you talking about, haircut? Are we talking about a haircut? Or are we talking about a haircut? What the hell are you talking about? Are we talking about a haircut? Or are we talking about a haircut? What are we talking about here? All right. So she was scared. She then called him back 10 minutes later. On the call, Skip again angrily accused her of effing Mr. Sharpe and said that he could tell from her body language that she was effing him. Faraji tried to explain that she was kind to all talent and that that included laughing and engaging in conversation. Faraji then asked if he was yelling at her because she refused to go to his car. Skip answered that she shouldn't talk to him like that. Faraji replied that she could respond however she wanted. Skip angrily stated that he heard her talk to Sharpe about her vagina. Faraji knew this to be untrue and was embarrassed and angry. Faraji responded that even if she would be dating Mr. Sharpe, which she wasn't, it shouldn't matter at all because she only had a professional relationship with Skip. Ouch. Yeah, he didn't get it. It's like, how many ways can I tell you that I'm not going to sleep with you? How many ways? Do you need smoke signals? Do you need something else? Like, do I need to write this out in Sanskrit? Because you're not getting it. What other ways do I need to tell you that we ain't getting together? Real talk. And I don't do that. I don't smash at work, period. Crazy. April 17th, Faraji arrived in the makeup room approximately 12 feet by 30 feet, containing 3 makeup and hair sections. Turned on a recording device, put it on the table, and waited for Skip to arrive. In the meantime, 2 of Faraji's co-workers were privy to Skip's actions, went into other talent members' rooms adjacent to the makeup room to listen into the conversation. Woo! Oh, my damn. Oh, she got receipts up with this mother lover. Oh, snap. Here we go. Skip then arrived in the makeup room for Miss Faraji to cut his hair in accordance with his regular schedule. Mr. Bayless knew that the makeup room was always recorded and clearly states the room is bugged. During their conversation, Skip stated that he would hate for her to lose her job, but she can't be, quote unquote, doing a big thing. Can't be doing a big thing with my arch rival. What? She responded by reiterating that being polite to Mr. Sharpe is part of her job. So now that's his arch rival. You can't be doing big thing. She can't be doing a big thing with my arch rival, meaning you can't be doing the hibbity dibbity. She said she's reiterated by that being polite to Shannon Sharpe is part of her job. He responded, bullish, bullish, bullish. I'm calling bullish on you. Skip then warned that he doesn't want her to lose her job over this. Faraji responded that she wasn't going to lose her job because she was a great hairdresser. Mr. Bayless responded, I have love for you, and I have for 6 years, and you hurt me, and you're ruining this. Faraji again responded that she must be polite to all talent. Bayless, Skip, then implied that if he stopped requesting her, it would affect her job. Faraji responded that she is scheduled to work every morning at 5:45 a.m. and if he would like to get his hair done, he is welcome to sit in her chair. Skip continued to threaten her job. Faraji knew that he was trying to pressure her into having relations with him, but she kept repeating that she was a professional that had to be kind to all talent. On the 21st of April, Skip asked if Faraji would come to his home to color his hair, a side job that Faraji previously would partake in when his wife was at home. On this occasion, with her therapist's help, she conveyed that she could no longer be going to his home. The following week, Skip arrived in the makeup room as if their conversations never happened. But Faraji remained on edge. Faraji had worsening nightmares regarding the incidents that took place with Mr. Bayless, as Faraji's therapist started using eye movement desensitization and reprocessing to talk through her interactions with Mr. Bayless. Yikes. So he did, after all that, he's like, okay, that's crazy. Okay, so Faraji is targeted because of her ethnicity and disability. Okay. This is nuts, y'all. In October 2021, Faraji's friendship with Joy Taylor ended. Okay, it seems like it's about time. But Joy Taylor then began insulting Faraji on a personal and professional level. In early June 2023, the treatment reached a breaking point as Joy Taylor began openly mocking Faraji's English, explaining that she could not understand her accent and complaining about Faraji's humming, an involuntary subconscious coping mechanism for her diagnosed PTSD. Joy Taylor then began stating that she needed a black hairstylist. Okay. Faraji and her co-workers, who noticed the harsh interactions, hoped that Fox could see through the facade, as Faraji had been doing Taylor's hair for approximately 7 years at Taylor's request without any complaint, and had been working on textured hair for decades. She was hired to do hairstyles for over 10 black background dancers in CeeLo Green's music video FU. Oh boy, Faraji's June 1st diary entry states she's been acting like because I'm not black, I'm stupid. She keeps saying black girls' hair should be done like this. How do you not how you do it? I've been doing her hair for 7 years. She keeps making me feel that my English is not good. She keeps making comments like, oh, white girls are dumb. Wow. So June 14th, she reported the incidents to Miss Peretti, her supervisor. Faraji on June 14th, her diary entry states, by now it's been 7 days that the company knows about this racism and discrimination towards me. I told my boss, Gina. I told Cindy all about it. On the 16th of June, Ms. Peretti pulled Faraji into her office and asked if she wanted to leave Speak. Faraji explained that she wanted to work. Man, a lot of torment this woman went through, allegedly. Ms. Peretti told Faraji that she should just leave the room when Taylor was acting out. Faraji noticed that this was a pattern. When Miss M bullied Miss Faraji, HR told her to leave the room. And now when Joy Taylor bullies Faraji, now her supervisor again told her to leave the room. Faraji on the 16th of June, her diary entry states, I'm very disappointed in how Fox operates racism and bullying instead of getting rid of the bad guy. Okay. They want to get rid of the victim. Wow. The 21st of June, Peretti called Faraji into her office. She explained that while Faraji should still go in every morning and set up for hair, Joy Taylor no longer needed her as her hairstylist. Peretti also explained that Faraji was to work from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m., so just 4 hours, and then go home. When Faraji asked about touch-ups, Peretti stated that she had spoken to all talent on the show, and no one needed touch-ups. Faraji then asked if she did something wrong. Peretti responded, "You remind me of my dog. And when I take my dog out, he barks at bigger dogs. That's like you." What? Faraji left the room and cried. To call someone a dog is one of the most offensive insults in the Parisian culture. I mean, that's just an insult in general. You remind me of my dog, and when I take my dog out, he barks at bigger dogs. That's like you. What the hell is that? What kind of response is that? Peretti then hired 2 new black hairstylists to work from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. As Miss Taylor, Joy Taylor, is very picky with her hair, she did not like the work of the 2 new black hairstylists and asked a coworker who is a Latina woman to do her hair 5 days a week. The coworker declined. July 4th, 2021, 24, and 2020. Wait, oh, I see. July 4th, July 21st, 24th, in the year 2023, different talent members asked Faraji why she was no longer providing touch-ups on Speak. The third time they asked her, Faraji explained that because talent had indicated that they did not need touch-ups, she was no longer available for touch-ups. The talent members were shocked and said they needed touch-ups on Speak. As Ms. Faraji did not feel it was professional to mention her conversation with Ms. Peretti, she explained that there must have been a misunderstanding. Faraji informed employee relations. She became concerned for her job, as a common tactic employed by Fox when retaliating against a witness or target. Fox systematically reduces work schedules and ultimately terminates employment by removing an individual from the schedule entirely, using fabricated business necessities as a pretext. Ooh. Farazi participates in an internal investigation only to be singled out, taken off Speak, and accused of having relations with Mr. Bayless. Wow. So then she's again, am I saying Parisian? I meant Persian. I'm so sorry, guys. I keep saying Parisian. Persian. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you for the correction. I don't know why I'm saying Parisian. It's like she's from Paris. No, Persian. Sorry, guys. Correction. Okay? But this is insane. Okay? Real quick, just a quick little, take a little break here. Okay? Because we're not going to read the whole doggone thing. All right? We're going to read a few more pages of this. All right? Because there's a lot. It's 42 pages of just crazy allegations. Okay? Crazy allegations. And the fact that she's going to people and saying, hey, I need your help. I need help. Please help me out with this. Please help me out with that. Blah, blah, blah. And how they're actually reacting to it. To me, it shows that Fox has not learned anything. If these allegations are true, which it sounds like there's a lot that is true. If she recorded a lot of this stuff, then they got a lot of explaining to do. She recorded this stuff and she had witnesses in the other room listening in on conversations. That's one piece. At least with the Skip Bayless stuff, that's bad. But HR is supposed to be, like as Penelope just said, facts. HR is not there to help you. It's crazy because it's like they're supposed to be, what they should be there for, right? To help out you, right? But they're not. It seems like they're there for the business. They're there for the company to keep things moving. But it's crazy to me that this is somebody who's like, hey, I'm going through hell. I'm trying to get help. And it's not only just from Skip trying to make advances at me. Ridiculous amounts of advances. It's also how my supervisor is treating the situation as well, how my supervisor is even treating me. It's how talent is also treating me, that they're all just, not all, but some of them are divas, like allegedly Joy Taylor. She doesn't give a damn about anything except herself. This is a very toxic work environment, including, on top of that, what I just said earlier, but having Skip constantly berating you, basically going, yo, you're sleeping with him. You're sleeping with him. I already know that you're sleeping with him. So if you're sleeping with him, you should be sleeping with me too. So let's get together and do the hibbity dibbity. What the hell's that? That's insane. That's absolutely insane. And absolutely heartbreaking. Okay? Absolutely heartbreaking if this whole thing is true. But let's continue on. And then they accuse her of having relations with Skip Bayless when all she's been doing has been trying to dodge him like he's the doggone plague. Like, that's crazy, y'all. So in mid-July 2023, Anna Drucker, all right, Fox Sports vice president of employee relations, asked Faraji for a meeting. At the meeting, Ms. Drucker asked Joy Taylor asked if Joy Taylor was having a relationship, a spicy relationship with Emmanuel Acho. Ms. Faraji admitted that the two were in a relationship. Ms. Faraji shared this information because she didn't think it was that big of a deal. And they had similar amounts of power at that time. And because she didn't think Miss Taylor or Acho would physically harm her for providing this information. Acho, at least on camera, had always been respectful to Faraji and never threatened or hurt her. What is she alluding to here? July 31st, 2023. Kelsey Doe, Miss Doe. Her last name really is Doe, okay? Not Jane Doe, but Kelsey Doe of Employee Relations asked Faraji for a meeting. At that meeting, Doe told Faraji that there had been complaints of her humming. Wow. Really? Now people are annoyed with her humming? I mean, if they're annoyed with her humming while they're taping, that's one thing. But her just spraying and doing her thing and doing her job, and she's just like, and she's just doing her thing. What's the big deal? What's the big freaking deal? Let the woman hum so she can get the job done. But let's move on. That's weird. She explained that her humming was an involuntary subconscious coping mechanism for her diagnosed PTSD and that everyone at Fox knew she hummed. Faraji further explained that she has been humming since she was a child, has been humming her entire tenure at Fox. Her humming was exacerbated in stressful situations, and although she hates it and wants to stop it, she does not even realize when she's humming. Faraji further explained that if anyone was now complaining, they were only doing so to hurt and embarrass her. Ms. Doe thanked Faraji for the information, abruptly changed the conversation, and quickly asked whether she made public comments regarding Mr. Dixon and Joy Taylor having relations. Faraji became very scared as Mr. Dixon had previously attacked her or put his hands on her, and Joy Taylor had warned her that he would fire her if she said anything, and responded that while everyone in the company knew about their relationship, she did not have any information and did not want to comment about it. Ms. Doe then tried to end the conversation and asked if Faraji had any questions. Faraji then began crying, asking why such a swift investigation took place. Asking why such a swift investigation took place regarding her humming, but no one cared about Miss M's threatening to unalive her or others mocking her English. Faraji then explained that all she wants is a safe, normal work environment, but everyone mistreats her because there are no consequences for them. While she focused on others mocking her English, she was thinking of her interactions with Mr. Dixon and Skip. August 3rd, her supervisor, Ms. Peretti, told approximately 8 of Faraji's coworkers to not associate with Faraji as she had a pending case with HR. Faraji was confused as, from her perspective, she did not have a pending case with HR. Employee relations had only called her in to answer questions regarding Joy Taylor. A few days later, Ms. Peretti told Faraji that her services were officially no longer needed at Speak. Faraji's diary entry for that day states that they are, quote unquote, quote, only taking me off the show because I reported Joy. After I reported that, they took me off the show. This must be illegal. August 21st, Kim Beauvais, Miss Beauvais, French, les fromages, les enfants. Fox's sport executive VP of Human Resources and Business Operations, and Miss Drucker asked Bayless, Skip, for a meeting. When Skip arrived, Miss Beauvais and Miss Drucker told Skip not to worry and that his job was safe. The two then started interrogating him on whether he had a romantic relationship with Faraji, and whether she had offered him relations. When Skip responded truthfully that she had never offered him those kinds of things, they again told him not to worry and that his job is safe, heavily implying that they wanted him to say otherwise. This circular conversation took place for approximately 20 minutes. Following the meeting, Mr. Dixon called Skip Bayless and asked why he didn't just lie. Skip responded that he cares about Miss Faraji. Mr. Dixon responded, "Who cares? I can get you a better looking hairstylist." Now, one thing I'm wondering about here is, how does she know about that? How does she know about that? Real talk, I'm wondering, how does she know about that interaction? But okay, the investigation is indicative of the role of human resources and employee relations as the protector of abusers and wrongdoers. Inexplicably, Fox has allowed human resources and employee relations to be personally intermingled with other departments and high-level decision makers to their own benefit. For example, Mr. Afiz Tijani. So Mr. Tijani was promoted from human resources to a producer after he turned a blind eye to various allegations. Shortly after his promotion, Ms. Faraji noticed that he was at Fox early in the morning. Faraji asked him why he was in so early, and he responded that he was now producing the show because, quote unquote, our great boss, Charlie Dixon, who has power to do it, made me a producer. Ms. Farazi asked, that's all you need? A powerful man? You don't need experience? Mr. Tijani pompously responded, yes, that's correct. Faraji. Interesting. Or Notion. I think it's Notion. But anyway. Nushin? Maybe it's Nushin. I don't know. But anyway, Faraji learns that Dixon wants her to be fired. In late August 2023, Mr. Bayless learned that Mr. Sharpe and Faraji had never been involved romantically. Congratulations. Subsequently, Mr. Bayless, Skip, pulled Faraji aside for a conversation. During this conversation, Skip apologized for accusing her of having relations with Sharpe, disclosed details regarding his August 21st, 2023 meeting with Human Resources, and further disclosed that Mr. Dixon wants Faraji fired because she knew too much and was talking. Skip Bayless also disclosed that he believed Mr. Dixon kept his wife on Fox's payroll to keep her silent about his affairs with Fox's employees. Wow. That's an interesting allegation. Disclosed that he believed Mr. Dixon kept his wife on payroll to keep her quiet about his affairs with other employees, with Fox employees. That's very interesting. Mr. Bayless asked Miss Faraji out to dinner to continue the conversation, but she declined. Good job. Stating that she could not do anything that even gives an interference of a non-work relationship because she wants to keep her job. She's staying very smart, okay? She's like, I am not moving. I am not budging. You sit here trying to be like, hey, look, we're friends now. We're friends. We're allies. Now can we have dinner? Now can we have that dinner? I'll tell you everything if we have dinner. That's crazy, man. Skip is trying. Allegedly, okay? This Skip is trying. The skipper trying. Let's continue on. And what is skip short for? Like, is someone born and they go, I named thee Skip? Or does he get that nickname? And what is, or you know what I mean? What's Skip a nickname for? What is that short for? I'm just curious. Scott? You know what I'm saying? How does one get that name? I mean, yes, it's still possible that you could wake up, get born and be named Skipper or Skip. But I'm just curious, where does that name come from? You know what I mean? How does one go, oh, I'm gonna nickname his name, his real name's Peter, but they're like, I'm gonna call you Skip. Yeah, come on over here, Skip. That's a nice ring to it. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Skip now. And then from that point on, for 73 some odd years, he's just been named Skip. I'm just wondering, where does that happen? But anyway, moving on. It's interesting. I don the Skip. Okay. Moving on, though. October 18th, Mr. Bayless told Faraji that Mr. Dixon was continuing to push him to ask for a different hairstylist. But Mr. Bayless, Skip, refused. Faraji's diary entry for that day states, I feel desperate. I don't know how to save my job. Charlie Dixon is the big boss, and I'm just a hairstylist with no power. Skip said that Joy is telling Charlie to get rid of me. That's crazy. October 20th, 2 days later, Mr. Bayless, Skip, told Faraji that Charlie Dixon had threatened his job because he continuously requests Faraji, stating that he would rather have another pretty girl, Undisputed, over Skip anyway. Wow. So he's like, if you keep on asking for this girl, I'm just going to bring in a new co-host that's going to take over your job, bruh. So it's going to be one, you're going to have two good-looking girls on there and Shannon Sharpe. Is that what you want, homie? You sure you want that? December 21st, Skip told Faraji that he still loved her and confided that Mr. Dixon was the one who told him that Faraji was sleeping with Mr. Sharpe. Mr. Bayless then again tried to have relations with Faraji. Faraji's diary entry for that day states, I said, Skip, I'm only interested in working with you and having a friendship relationship with you and nothing else. He said, you have no idea you are losing everything. I don't know what he means by that, and I hope he doesn't take me off the show. It makes me sick to my stomach, and it's really hard for me to work like this. I hope God helps me because Fox is supporting people like Charlie and Skip. Emphasis added. Now, what's interesting about that is she knows she goes, I don't know what that means. No, she knows what that means. I mean, if this has been going on for years and he's sitting there desperately just being like, I just want to be with you. I just want to do the hibbity-dibbity. I just want to see you naked, damn it. Clearly, she knows what he means by everything that he has been doing. Everything he's been doing, he has been trying to get her in her birthday suit. Clear as day. And this is bad. Okay? This is bad. Skipper out here Skipper out here desperately. Okay? It's crazy, y'all. So she lets it be known she will support a coworker. Okay. So 17th of December, one of Faraji's coworkers was indefinitely taken off schedule after she took offense to bad things made by a Fox NFL host. Oh, fantastic. Gotta love that, right? Over the next few months, Faraji made it known amongst the department that, if needed, she would speak out on her coworker's behalf. Ms. Peretti responded, if it's so hard for you here, why won't you quit? Peretti also later commented, I don't regret anything I did to coworker or different coworker. This was especially cruel. She knew one of the coworkers had tried to do the unthinkable to themselves. Ms. Faraji reached out to Ms. Drucker and asked if she could get an attorney. Ms. Drucker responded that she does not need an attorney. Now, here we go. Faraji is fired. On approximately June 24th, 2024, a talent member disclosed to Faraji that Undisputed was going to be canceled and that Skip was going to be fired. Faraji grew internally anxious that Charlie Dixon was trying to get her fired. Later that week, on Monday, Faraji gave Skip Bayless a haircut. During the haircut, Skip told her about a new opportunity he was expecting outside of Fox. Faraji asked if he would still be coming back to Undisputed, and he replied, "Of course." Skip then told Faraji that he fantasizes about having relations with her and asked how much money it would take for her to have that, to do that thing with him. Ms. Faraji stated that she already refused $1.5 million and that her answer wasn't going to change. Skip Bayless replied, "The more you say no, the more I want you." Oh, good God, man. On the 2nd of August, Undisputed was canceled. Mr. Bayless was fired, and Faraji was taken off schedule. Ms. Peretti told Faraji that there was no longer a need for her. That same day, Skip asked Faraji to walk him to his car on his way out. She felt she had no choice but to walk him to his car. Once to his car, they noticed Mr. Dixon was in the parking lot looking at them. Skip told Faraji, "F Charlie. If you want to sue them, go for it. F them. Charlie is not going to sleep tonight. He's scared of what I'm going to tell. He's scared of what I'm going to tell you. F him." That same day, Faraji reached out to Fox, asked why she was taken off the schedule, and explained that although Undisputed had been canceled, she had worked on The Herd for over 5 years, Speak for over a year, and talent continued to request her. Fox did not provide a substantive response because they said they would investigate the issue. On the 5th, Faraji was asked to give Mr. Silverman, a haircut in the same manner she had been doing over the past 7 years. Faraji then reached out to Fox to ask what she should do, as she did not want to let Mr. Silverman down. The next day, Fox again did not provide a substantive response, but said they are continuing to investigate the issue. August 8th, after finishing their investigation, Fox was finally able to muster the following pretextual reason for firing Faraji. They could only afford to have one hairdresser work on all 3 shows: a new morning show, Speak, and Undisputed. Faraji's fears actualized as she realized that she had become the target. Fox systematically reduced her work schedule and ultimately terminated her employment by removing her from the schedule entirely, using fabricated business necessities as a pretext. Guided by its attorneys, Fox then implemented the revised schedule, assigning a single hairdresser to cover all 3 shows for approximately 3 months. Once Fox believed it had sufficiently justified its actions from a legal standpoint, they reverted to their long-standing scheduling arrangement, which included one hair and makeup professional in the morning and another set in the afternoon. The same arrangement had been in place for years during Faraji's tenure. In addition, Fox employed a barber to work exclusively on the new morning show. Now, okay. And I think and after that, it's like the life afterwards, right? And then all the other stuff. But we got to the meat and potatoes. One thing I am kind of curious about is this part. Skip was walking with her to the car or to his car in the parking lot. Charlie was in the car watching them. Skip says, F him. Don't worry about him. Don't even worry about him. He's just worried about what I'm going to tell you. What was he going to tell him? What was he going to tell Faraji at that moment? What was he going to tell her? That's one thing I'm kind of curious about. That's one thing I'm kind of curious about. What was that? Antonio Scott here said that little old fart just told her that to just told her that to try to save his own ass so she wouldn't bring up his name. Yeah, that's a possibility because that's just nuts. That's just nuts. But yeah, I mean, clearly Skip, from what it seems like, Skip was going to do everything in his power, like Antonio just said, going to do everything in his power to save his own butt. Because he knows that everything that he's saying and all the advances, all the alleged advances are not good. It's a lot of SH, man. It's a lot of SH for sure. So it doesn't matter. Like in almost in a way, it seems like near the end, he was trying to bring her in as an ally. Don't you notice that? He was trying everything he can to make her be on his good side so that if he does leave or if he does get fired or when he did get fired, it wasn't like he was going to get hit with a whole bunch of stuff either, like stuff as well, that he was going to get hit with lawsuits. Oh, yeah, he was doing this to me as well, blah, blah, blah. But what ended up happening? Lawsuit has been filed. He's screwed. This is bad because you got to remember, if these allegations are true, who's to say that he didn't do this to some other women? He was there for a while. Yeah, he was fixated on this woman. He was fixated on Notion Faraji, right? That's still a possibility, but still, I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to pull up her photo so you guys can see. You guys can see who this woman, who the complainant is, and this is her. So he said, I will give you $1.5 million if you just spend the night with me. Then also you got to remember, it was years of him trying to get her to do something with him. Go to his car, go to dinner, all these things. And she just kept on dodging this. She kept on saying, no, thank you. No, thank you. It's very interesting, y'all. Hold on, because there's some other photos in here too. But this is, okay, at the end of the day, I'm going to be real. This is not these are not good allegations, because these are also allegations towards, well, this is also Charlie Dixon. Okay, here's Charlie Dixon. Oh boy. Floss, guys. Floss. That's Charlie Dixon, guys. Floss. Moving on. Here's another photo of her. Okay. Persian. I don't know why I kept on saying Parisian. I am so sorry. Persian, for crying out loud. I'm an idiot. Persian. Okay. She's Persian. She's beautiful. Beautiful girl. Okay? She's beautiful in her own right. Then, of course, here's Joy. Okay? Here's Emmanuel Acho. It just cracks me up. Because if these allegations are true, the damn man be married, though. He's married. So it does make you wonder about, like, I don't know. And then they're saying this is Joy and Emmanuel prior to a broadcast, just chilling. Jesus, it's just bad. Here's Skip with his wife, Ernestine. He's 73 years old, dressed like he's like a soft Liberace. Sorry. It gives me Liberace vibes. Like, I feel like he's about to just start playing a piano. You know what I mean? Just Liberace. But okay. And let me just also say this too. This is a very rich man. This man right here is a very rich man. Okay. I don't know what's that's what I don't know, guys. That sweater is definitely giving me Liberace vibes. I don't know why. Soft Liberace. But anyway, moving on. Okay. Very rich man. 30 million, 32 million. Like, he signed a contract of 32 million, 4-year contract of 32 million. So he was making some money, yo. He was making some money. But he was still going like, I still want to be with you. Like, that's just terrible. That's just terrible. And, you know, someone like Joy, it's sad because you want someone to be successful because they're good at their job, not because they are finding ways around the system that get them. You see what I'm saying? They find their way. They find their way up the ranks by doing the hibbity dibbity. Hold on, guys. That's why I hate it so much. But yeah, I mean, this is, to me, not so great for any of these guys. Yes, you know, Shannon Sharpe's mentioned in this, but he's kind of being thrown under the bus. And it's like, he didn't do anything. The dude didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. He's just doing his job. And Charlie, that mother lover, was sitting there telling people that they were having relations. And it's like, that's not even the case. There is no hibbity dibbity going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Antonio, she is definitely leaving with half. Okay? She gonna be one really rich golden girl. I'm just telling you right now. Thank you for being a friend. You know what I'm saying? But she gonna be rich. All right? She gonna have stupid money. She gonna be out here like a billionaire Blanche. Watch. She gonna be out here having a good time. All right? Having a good time. What is this, smack? You know what I mean? What's math? I don't got no teeth, so it don't matter. Let me try this math. She gonna have fun. Okay? She gonna have fun. But now I'm kind of curious. Hold on, though, real quick. Let me just check something. Because this, to me, fascinating lawsuit and very, very bad. This is very bad. This is very, very bad. But I'm wondering if anybody's made any type of statements of any kind. But one thing is for sure, a lot of people are just reacting to Joy. And it's like, well, That is still really bad. It is still very, very bad. But at the same time, let's not forget, Skip is the one that's being accused of doing some really bad things. And the VP as well of Fox Sports. I honestly believe that. Wait, hold on. Nope, that's just. Yeah, I'm wondering how. Oh, here's another photo. Here's another photo, allegedly of her hair of the hairstylist. Here's another one, just so you guys can see. There she is behind Joy, doing her hair, right there. Okay. Skip allegedly was willing to risk it all. Willing to risk it all for her. Hamburglar. Let me just see. I just want to see if there was anything said. But yeah, like I said, everybody and their mom is like, oh my dear Lord, you know what I mean? Wow, what's being said about it's almost like the things that are being said about Joy are worse than what Skip did. But Skip did some bad things, yo. Skip did a lot of bad things. He's got a lot of explaining to do. He has a lot of explaining to do, y'all. And so does Joy, unfortunately. Okay? But she was like, yo, if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody. All the way up to the VP. And also, let's not forget, Miss Peretti, her supervisor, any of the people that were around that saw things and didn't do anything, Joy Taylor, Emmanuel Acho, all of those names. Shannon Sharpe is only mentioned because he's being accused of being with her, but that never happened. But he's just being kind of thrown into this lawsuit because of a rumor that was being spread by Charlie Dixon, by the VP. So the VP was out here talking crazy stuff to either try to get this girl fired or to just be messy because he knew, hold on. I mean, let's just pull this man's face up one more again. Because you can't make it up. You just can't. This one's a little bit better. He flossed today. He flossed. Okay? Looking like a damn cat. I'm sorry. Oh, looking like a damn cat. Okay? But here it is, though, guys. All right? Here it is. This is the guy was running around, allegedly, talking ish. He does kind of look like a cat. Or like a turtle. No one sees that? Okay. Focus. So what I'm trying to say is he clearly was out here. He smashed Joy, allegedly, put her on shows, and then she felt she was untouchable. That she has so much power now that she could do whatever the hell she wants. She smashed this guy, allegedly. Like I want to give him a bowl of milk, just like here. Okay, but anyway, looking like a damn turtle. But anyway, as I was saying, he flossed that day. Okay, He flossed that day. He knew he was going to take a photo that day. The other one, woo, eesh, a bowl of milk. All right. But yes, Shannon Sharpe, again, is absolutely innocent in all of this. I'm actually kind of curious to see if he's going to be making any type of response or if he's going to speak out revolving around this, because these are some, like I said, this is very, he did break his silence, though. So let's see what he got to say. Let's see what he got to say, though. Hold on. Let me get this right. Because apparently he did make a statement on his, I guess, his nightcap show. Yeah, on his nightcap show. Hold on. We got to take a look at this. But this is bad. And what's interesting about this, whole freak off situation, because it is kind of like their own version of the freak offs, right? But what's interesting about this is that this Fox Sports freak off, the only star of this right now is Joy. She is the only star of this. And also, from what's being alleged, she ain't no victim. So it's going to be interesting to see what she says after all this comes out. Let's not forget. Or after she realizes that everybody and their mama is reacting to her being a little bit of a freak-a-leak. Okay? Yeah. Freak-a-leak. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me see. What was Shay? Welcome to Club Shay. Let me see this. Where is it? Because these allegations are serious. Though. Where the hell is it? Let me see. And I like Shannon Sharpe. I don't know, I know not everybody likes him, okay? I don't expect y'all to like him. But I like him. You know what I mean? This is some serious. He dodged one. He dodged a bullet, though. He definitely dodged a bullet. I'm trying to find it to see if it's in here. So far, it's not like it's by itself from what I'm seeing. No. So we'll just see what they do here. I got to wait a second. But in the meantime, because there's a little bit of a commercial going on, all right, we'll take a look at it as soon as it gets started. Okay. It's 30 seconds long, so we could take a look. But he spoke out about this, so I think it's interesting enough to take a listen.
Address the elephant in the room. You're trending on Twitter. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. Guys, the news of the day, absolutely, it doesn't. What y'all want me to say?
That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So there's nothing to address. I don't know why everybody if you notice, everybody's posted it. They got me. In the 42 pages, it don't mention nothing about Shannon Sharpe did anything. But y'all want to get clicks, so y'all mention me.
He's got a point.
Right. Yep, ain't got nothing to do with us.
Ocho throws his face in there, throws his name in there. It has nothing to do with us. And it's like, your name not even mentioned in there, bruh. Your name is not even mentioned, homie. So we ain't even talking about you. We're talking about Shannon Sharpe and what happened on Undisputed. And clearly, you're not there anymore. Show ain't existing anymore. You on the internet now. Not saying that is a bad thing. You make it, shoot. Shay's making crazy money, okay? He's making crazy money, and he's about to make crazier money now because he's got a new interview allegedly coming with Cat Williams again. So he gonna make even more crazy money because you know for a fact the viewership is going to even triple in size because everyone's going to want to know what Cat Williams is going to want to have to say about everything that's been going on with Diddy and all that stuff. But he's making, yes, Simone, he's making crazy big money. Okay? Crazy big money. Crazy. So he good. He's fine. You don't have to worry about a damn thing. He can continue doing what he's doing, exactly what he's doing. He's going to be just fine. All right? Just fine. So, yeah, the interviews and all that are going to be insane. As soon as it goes down, you know for a fact everybody's going to be watching that like crazy. But guys, you know, that's the lawsuit. The information out here is interesting. I am interested to see what Skip is going to say about this as well. I'm very interested to see what he's going to say about this because it's going to be either everyone's going to be like, okay, that makes sense, or everyone's going to be like, quit lying, man. Stop the cap, man. Quit lying, man. And I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. All right? I am definitely waiting for that, okay? But wow, some allegations this is some allegations, y'all. These are some allegations, all right? But when we find out more information, we will talk about it. I have a feeling, though, that if this is really that bad and he's done this, be not surprised. Be not as surprised, young children, if more is coming. Yes. Be not surprised if more allegations or lawsuits on this man, on Skip, is coming. Oh, and also on Charlie Dixon. Let's not forget Miss Peretti. Let's not forget Joy Taylor. Because here's the thing. If she really was a witch like that, if she really was a witch, Peretti was a witch, if Dixon was an a-hole, if any of these people were absolutely terrible, like she just broke down in that scathing lawsuit, yo, they have a lot of explaining to do, and I would not be surprised if Joy's name gets dropped in more allegations. Skip's name gets dropped in other lawsuits as well. Dixon as well. I'm telling you, this could very well be the start of something very bad. Because if he was doing this to her, if he was doing this to Faraji, he was most definitely doing this to other women in that workplace for sure. And that's the same thing with Dixon. There are plenty of women, I'm sure, that he was going after, not only just Joy. Yes, Joy's a beautiful woman. There's no argument on that. But I wouldn't be surprised. There's plenty of other beautiful women that were trying to get a chance for a job over there or are working in Fox right now that may have had to do a little something on the side just so they can get a shot at a job. I'm just saying. But this is sad, yo. Yes, she's a beautiful woman, but this is sad. Yes. Let me be real. I'm like every other person. I like looking at beautiful people, like looking at beautiful things, okay? But at the same time, it's more about who you are inside. Sure, the shell looks great, but that's not even you. That wasn't something that you cultivated and worked for. Your parents got together and made you. You just got luck of the draw to look good. So what are you going to do with that looks? What are you going to do with that beauty? Are you going to do something right with it, or are you going to use it for your own financial gain or for your own sinister power? Let's be real. There's been plenty of people out here that are beautiful people that are naturally born gorgeous and have used it in the wrong way or use it for evil. Same thing with this. If these allegations are true, it's sad because it's kind of like, so you mean to tell me that you just were born like this? Yes, you're lucky to have the genes perfectly mold together to come out into the world, to look aesthetically what we like aesthetically in this world right now. Sure, that's luck of the draw. That's not talent. That isn't. It's just luck. Pulling a bingo card, or not bingo card, a lottery card. It's luck. So what are you going to do with that beauty? What are you going to do with it? There's plenty of guys that do that ish too. Plenty of guys that do that stuff too. They happen to be good looking. They don't have to do not one crunch, right? They don't have to even diet. They just have the perfect body, right? They just have to lift a little bit and they look good. There's plenty of people out here that do that. But what are you doing with those looks? Are you just going out here and using it for bad? You're out here acting like, oh, I deserve this because I look good? That's sad. What are you doing? Are you cultivating a talent? Do you have any other talent? Are you using it in the right way? Not, oh, I'm getting in the room because I look like this and that's it. You better be bringing something else to the table other than just looking good. And I'm saying this for men and women, or women and men. Period. It's sad if these allegations are true, where you have somebody out there possibly sleeping their way to the top. That's not how it should be going. We should be, it's kind of like we shouldn't be judged by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. It's the same thing. Just because this person looks aesthetically a certain way does not mean that what they have inside is pure, is genuine, is authentic. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that Joy is not a good person. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is I feel like everyone should get a shot. That's what I truly believe. Everyone should get a shot at their dream, regardless of how they look. The hard workers should be the ones that get the real shot at the brass ring. The ones that are willing to do the right thing and whatever it takes ethically, staying within the boundaries of ethics, being ethical to get that shot at that job. Not screwing somebody over just so you can get the job. Not sleeping with somebody, some powerful person, just so you can get the job. It's because you're actually good at your job. That's what should matter. Period. Remember, this shell only lasts for so long. You're only good looking for so long. And then one day, it's gone. It's gone. So what are you carrying inside? Right? What are you working on to make yourself better? Because that talent will always be with you. That never grows old. You see what I'm saying? So, hearing this kind of stuff is sad and frustrating. Okay? And, you can be, let's be real, you can be good looking and talented. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sitting here saying good looking people aren't talented. Nah. You can have both. But at the same time, I feel like it's messed up when somebody only leans on their looks to get what they want. Because I look good. That's why I should get it. No, not really. Because there's somebody else right next to you that's been working nonstop. This person will die to prove how much work they've been putting into cultivating their skills. That will probably run circles around you. And you haven't done not one damn thing because you believe that just because you look a certain way, that should open doors for you. No, I disagree. That's everything from movie stars, musicians, TV, political, etc. So when you hear stuff like that, especially with these allegations, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And if these allegations are true, these are bad. These are very bad. We'll see what happens here for sure. But we'll see what Joy has to say. And if Dixon will make a statement. And of course, more importantly, what Skip Bayless is going to say, because he got a lot of explaining to do, because this is not good for him at all. And none of this is working in his favor as well. Anyway, guys, that's the show. I appreciate you guys for being here. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. I forgot about this. Let me just grab this really quick. If Nosferatu and Barney Rubble had a baby, you'd get Skip Bayless. Oh my God. All money ain't good money. When you look at that, when you look like the bottom of a shoe, I'm sorry. Wow. That is some serious stuff. Great job, Pascal. Thank you, Melanin. Thank you so much, Melanin. All right. Came in with the fire. Damn. But I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really means a lot. You guys are incredible. Keep your heads up. Keep kicking butt. Keep kicking ass and taking names. Actually, before we leave, I got this quote. Been reading like words of affirmation or quotes, inspiring quotes. So I want to say this really quick to all y'all before you leave. And I might just do this every day because I like reading these, and these are kind of dope. This is a quote I just read this morning. And so I want to share this with you guys before we head out. So it says, and it's short. Let me just turn this down a little bit more. I grew up poor, but I didn't have poor dreams. I grew up poor, but I didn't have poor dreams. Take that with you. Take that with you if you can. All right. Hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Crush it. Do what it do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. If you are watching on those other platforms, make sure you hit that follow button. Subscribe here on my main channel, please, and thank you. Go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. I may be back on in a couple hours because we got some Diddy stuff to talk about that I haven't gotten the chance to talk to you guys about. So I may be back on in a short while. So make sure you have the notification bells set to all on both channels. Here on my main channel and the secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. So you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, because you know it's random or it's on breaking news. So please do me that favor, okay? Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon, my locals, and check out PascalMerch.com, okay? We got some really great stuff over there. Check out that store. And we'll be talking very soon. It's time to get going, guys. Much love to you guys. Have a great rest of your afternoon if I don't see you. But of course, everything's been at an all-time high, so you might see me on very, very soon. Stay blessed out there and stay safe. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.